customers at A&W restaurants in the US and Asia consumed more than a whopping 1.1 million gallons of root beer a year. The fast food chain A&W, boasting over 900 stores worldwide and over 482 stores just in America alone as of November 2023, has left an indelible mark on the fast food frontier. Named after founders Roy Allen and Frank Wright, the loved American fast food chain has conquered palates around the globe for decades. However, there is one country that has seen the chain struggle to put a foot in its fast food market. Its iconic frosty mugs, curly fries, and burgers were no match against the vibrant Singaporean food industry, which proved to be a challenging battleground, leading to the complete disappearance of A&W in 2003. Singapore saw the sharp rise of fast food in the 1970s, and surprisingly, A&W was the first fast food giant to open its door on the tiny red dot. It all started in 1962, when a couple named Al and Jerry Leboff toured Southeast Asia during their honeymoon and saw the opportunity in setting up business here. They bought an A&W franchise and opened an outlet, first in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which was also the first A&W store in Malaysia, and then in Singapore in 1968. According to Max Gunther's 2011 book, Instant Millionaires: The Secrets of Overnight Success, the opening day caused massive traffic jams as Malaysians swamped the outlet, and Al Leboff sold 800 hamburgers, 600 hot dogs, and 60 gallons of root beer. In 1970, they opened the drive-in A&W family restaurant on Bukit Timah Road. It was Singapore's first drive-in restaurant, and it wasn't a drive-through like how many people associate it to be these days. Cars would drive in, and you would park in a sheltered stall, with the cars separated by posts. The waitress would come up to your car and take your order before snapping on a tray with your order on your car side. Back in the 1970s, for Tuesday's Coney Dog Day, hot dogs, which were usually $2, dropped in price to $1 each. It was a special treat back then for students who studied at the University of Singapore's Bukit Timah campus during the weekdays. Their iconic root beer was poured into super frosted heavy root beer mugs and topped off with a scoop of ice cream, which were priced between $1.50 to $1.80 back then. The first A&W outlet paved the way for the establishment of other fast food restaurants in Singapore, mainly KFC in 1976, McDonald's on Orchard Road in 1979, Burger King and Pizza Hut in the 1980s. This brought stiff competition to A&W, who have met a sudden rise in their other counterparts setting up operations in the Lion City, each biting a part out of their annual profit. The opening of the McDonald's in Orchard Road was so insane that it set a world record of the highest volume of hamburgers sold in a day. This was only beaten in 1992 with the opening of McDonald's in Beijing. As for A&W, they did not survive the competition and closed its Singapore doors in 2003, joining the ranks of other fast food joints that have come and gone in Singapore such as Hardee's, Taco Bell, and Chuck E. Cheese. Few believed that any of the major fast food chains that had failed in Singapore would ever stage a comeback. However, in a surprising turn of events, A&W, absent from the Singaporean landscape for 16 years, declared its return in April 2019 with a new store in the newly constructed airport terminal of the Lion City. This announcement generated a wave of shock and excitement among both locals and tourists who once cherished the fast food chain and were now thrilled to see it back in Singapore. The successful resurgence of A&W in Singapore can be attributed to two primary factors: the Second Century Growth Initiative of A&W, and the strategic location within the newly built Jewel Changi Airport. The Growth Initiative, articulated by the CEO of A&W Restaurants, aims to revitalize the A&W brand on a global scale. The decision to open a branch in Singapore's recently completed airport, renowned as the world's best, proved to be a strategically sound move, providing an ideal environment for A&W's comeback. Since the grand reopening, A&W has expanded its presence in Singapore, with 7 additional locations popping up across the little red dot.